Welcome, everybody. Excited for you to be here. What's up, DreamTrips community? How are y'all doing? Let me know in the chats. Good morning, good evening for those out here in Europe. Man, there is some exciting things happening in the world of DreamTrips. I see y'all in the chat. We got AZ in the chat, North Carolina. Who else we got in here? I see Georgia's in the house. We got Hawaii. I can't wait to get back to Hawaii. We got Utah. We have people in Hungary and Budapest, all over the place, and excited to be here. My name is Micaiah York. If I have not yet met you, I am one of the co-founders. I'm the Chief Growth Officer for the company, and man, I get the best job ever, which is to work with all of you in ensuring that you have all of the systems and tools in place for you to be able to win and for you to be able to win big. And so this is a training platform that we put together on a consistent basis for you to be able to get plugged in, get trained, for you to be able to hear from testimonials, hear from people who are out there winning, hear from people who are out there traveling and having success. And so today we got a jam-packed day for you. We're going to have some fun today. You're going to be able to hear somebody who just brand new. She's a traveler 10K. Can't wait for you to hear her story. I'm going to announce some new trips. We have a group of people that just came back from our supercar experience that we are thrilled about. So you're going to be able to hear directly from them, and you're going to be able to hear directly from our CEO and owner of DreamTrips. And so it's always a pleasure and a blessing when we can get his time. And so today's going to be a great day. All right. It's going to be full of great information. We're going to have some fun, but have an expectation today. Okay. So no matter where you are, now, if you're brand new to DreamTrips, just want to say welcome to the community and congratulations for getting started. And if you've been here a while, we're just thrilled because we are a short period away. Okay. DreamTrips is a short period away from bringing something to the market that no travel company has. Let's just put relationship marketing, network marketing on the side. Nobody has the app, the technology that we're about to launch. And we're about 90 days away or so from launching that. And so if there was ever a time to just get excited, it would be right now. And so we got so many good things. And so, all right, chat, if you're ready, let me see some fire emojis. Are y'all ready to jump in? Let me see. Y'all ready to jump in? We see we got Laszlo here. Welcome, Laszlo. Clinton from New York. We got Chef Tiffany from New York City. Lou, welcome, Lou. Isaac, Shayna, Brandon, Mr. Reyes, Mrs. Hughes, Mr. Cruz. We got so many great people in the chat here today. And so let's jump right into it. So let me make sure I got my slides all set up here, and let's dive into today's slide deck here. Okay. And so again, Micaiah York here, excited to be here. We always want to be showing you new trips. And so we recently just added 2 brand new trips. These have been some very interesting locations that have been a high request. Last week, we launched a trip to Morocco, and we are launching another trip that is another opportunity. This is an unbelievable experience and an opportunity for you to be able to check an item off of your bucket list. Okay, so these are called our featured trips. These are now available on your website, dreamtrips.com, where you can go and book these and schedule these. You do have to book this by June 28th. You can use 273 DreamTrip points. And so if you're brand new, you either joined, you either joined with a business membership or a founder's membership. Regardless of which one of those memberships you used, you could use DreamTrips to buy down the cost of this trip. Okay. And so 4 nights, 5 days out in Morocco, you're getting a full city tour and of several different destinations, several different locations in this incredibly beautiful city. And so again, as you're thinking, one thing I love about DreamTrips, and I hear this all the time, is you end up going places, you end up doing things you maybe would have never done had you not been a part of a travel community. And I know that's true for myself. I've done some things, I've gone to some places here with DreamTrips that I just maybe wouldn't have gone to. And so this is just another one of those great locations. And then we have another trip out here to Prague. Listen, I have been hearing Mark Smith, the CEO and owner of this company, talk about Prague for the last 20 years. And I'll be honest with you. Is it okay if I'm honest? Throw some exclamation marks in the chat if it's okay if I'm honest with you here today. I was like, Mark, I get it. Prague, it's cool. I hear you talk about it. Looks great. Fantastic. Okay. I didn't fully get it until last week. I had a chance to go to Prague and I saw the city. This is 100% one of the most beautiful cities I've ever walked in my life. Now, for those of you out here in Europe, you get the luxury of having it in your next door. But to be able to see the infrastructure, to be able to see the architecture, you feel like you're in a movie. It is unbelievable. I can't wait to go back. And so if you have a chance to get out to Prague, do it. I know we're going to be doing a Prague party after our home office launch event. And so make sure you book that trip, okay? This is a fantastic city. You're going to absolutely love it. And so what I want to do is I want to bring on a testimonial, okay? This is a young lady who's been inside of this industry for many years. She has an incredible story. She just hit Traveler 10K. Throw some 10Ks in the chat for Miss Simona. She's got really just an awesome work ethic. I had a chance to spend some time with her over the phone. We've been working together while we've been out here, but she's just sharp. She understands the industry. She understands how to lead an organization. She understands the importance of reading reports and working through your reports. She's highly respected. And so, Simona, I just want to congratulate you on your success. I know this is such a minor, it's a big rank to hit, but I know it's minor in compared to what you want to do and what your goals are here with DreamTrips. And so I want to bring Simona on. And so Simona, if you wouldn't mind hopping on here with us. Okay, I see you there. Awesome. And thank you for being here, but would love to just hear from you. And so if you wouldn't mind sharing, first, I think it's important, Simona, to go back a few years and share with people what first caught your interest in this industry. What were you doing before you joined network marketing, and what got you excited to be a part of this industry?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your recognitions and also that I can be here with you. And my first touch with this industry was when I was the manager, and I decided, maybe it's a cliche, but I decided that I want to more freedom for my life. Not only financial freedom, but also freedom of time, freedom to create, freedom to build something bigger, and also maybe big life. And also I'm mother of two small kids. And so for me, this is something what matters a lot. And I wanted a life where I can build big things, help people grow, but also be present for my children. And I love the idea that the ordinary people can create extraordinary lives. So this was the reason why I started in this industry.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And share with us, you've had a lot of success. You've built some pretty big teams around the world, and you've done some really great things on your journey. Give us a little idea of what that journey was like as an entrepreneur, because I think some people think you just join and boom, you're just successful out of nowhere. But everybody has a story. Everybody has a journey. So give us just an idea of what your journey has been like up until this moment.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I have been in network marketing for several years. Before this project, I built a product business, and then I stay alone with my kids. I'm single mom, and I find a new opportunity, and I met the technological company. And I experienced that fast grow, big teams. I had thousands of people, mainly in Czech Republic and Slovakia, but also around the world. And I had a really strong result. But also I experienced it losing almost everything what I built in 1 month. because the company made bad decisions and what I built is fall down. And I need to say that this time, this period really changed me, because I thought that the build business is not the hardest part. The hardest part is rebuilding yourself when everything falls apart.
Yeah, that's so true, because if there's anybody in the chat, has anybody ever had somebody be negative, or you've had a bad day or something? It's how to build this business actually isn't difficult. It's managing your emotions. It's managing your personal development. It's constantly investing into yourself. And for someone like Simona, she's been in the industry. Okay. So it's not like she hasn't been in this industry, but it's also a good testament that people like her are partnering up in the travel space. This is a big space. This is why you don't want to prejudge anyone. You want to talk to everyone and do it with excitement. And so, Simona, if you wouldn't mind sharing, if you were to give some advice, okay? So let's say there's somebody on this Zoom here and they are serious. They're really serious. Okay. I don't know how many people are wanting to go 10K. Do we have some people in the chat that want to go 10K? If somebody's running for 10K or running for the next rank, what kind of advice would you give them? From one entrepreneur to another entrepreneur, what would you share with them?
Yeah, I can tell you that all the time it's up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, the success is not only a big growth and success, and that's all. My advice, what I can tell you is that stay longer than your debts. Yeah, because many people stop too early. And build yourself while you build your business. Because I learned this in very hard time. And I went through moments when everything around me was falling apart, but leadership is not about showing up only when the things are easy. Leadership shows when things get difficult and you still choose to continue. So I think that very important is stay longer than your debts and build yourself.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. And I know you are a busy mother, as you mentioned. You got your children running around there. So we thank you for your time. And any last comments or anything else you would like to share?
Any comments? Sorry,
yeah, any last things you would like to share?
Yeah, maybe because I understand in my life, my last 4 years was really hard years in my life. And when I saw this now, I think that I saw the moments when my kids cries, for example, when my kids has fear if everything will be okay. And I saw their eyes and I told them everything will be okay because mom will handle it. But I work at night. I work all the time now. For example, I am in the park because we have the Children's Day here. And I think that maybe on this Zoom is someone who has also a hard time now and maybe wants to finish with this. And I think this success is not only about money or rank, and can create safety, freedom, and better future for the people who really you love, who you love. And I think that it's the most important things.
That is so awesome. Simona, thank you. Thank you for hopping on and taking some time away from your family to be here with us. It's a beautiful day here on this side of the world. The sun is shining bright. And so, Simona, congratulations to you again. And throw some fire emojis, some heart emojis for Simona. And thank you for hopping on here.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Of course. Thank you. And listen, so many nuggets that were just dropped on that quick testimonial. I think one big takeaway that I have is you have to have a strong reason why. You have to have a strong motivation, because if you have a Mickey Mouse reason why, if you have a Mickey Mouse reason to do the business, there's a high chance that there could be something that'll throw you off. But when you have a strong reason why, when you have a strong desire and you have a big goal, and what I love about this industry is it's okay. We give you permission to have big goals. Think big, because this industry can transform your life. It can change your life. It's changed mine. It's changed so many people. But you have to have that strong reason for doing the business. And there's definitely so many different levels of success. And so, Simone, I know this is just the beginning. Traveler 10K, we are pushing for 25K and beyond. And so again, just congratulations to you. And so let's keep going. What I want to do right now is I'm going to transition. And I am going to speak a little bit about this awesome event that I didn't just come back from, but I've heard so many testimonials. This car racing experience was off the charts. So you're about to hear from testimonials of people who just came back from their trip. And it's important that everyone on here today, you listen to these stories and you catch the fire, because along your journey, maybe you haven't yet experienced it, but you can go build a travel community by conveying somebody else's story. You don't necessarily have to have had the experience to be able to express the experience. Of course, it's essential for you to join a dream trip. You got to get on a dream trip, like right away, you got to get on a trip. But if you haven't been on a trip, you take the energy from these stories and you go share them with your community to help you go and build your business. And so I want to play just a short, quick video, a teaser video of what this supercar trip looked like. And then we got some great testimony for you.
Is it with
So listen, we just had a great group come back from this supercar experience. Man, I can just tell you, this looks like an absolute blast. I want to just give a quick shout out. Mark, our owner there on the left-hand side, he may share this. So Mark, I'm sorry I'm saying it, but that's his son right there to the right. And man, I heard he was the fastest. I heard he had the fastest time. So Marcus, I don't think you're on here, but congratulations to you, brother. But man, it was so much fun. We got $100,000 Traveler, 100,000 Voyager, 100K ranked Jay Peso over here cruising the streets. There's Marcus, Max, it was his birthday, and so many people that just had a great experience. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself out of the way. I know we have some testimonials. Mark, I believe we're going to go to Mark and Sandra first, because I think they're at their work, and then we'll go to Jeff last for testimonials. But just excited, okay? This is the CEO and the owner of DreamTrips. He had a vision to purchase and acquire this incredible brand, this legacy brand, a few years back. And it's because of his vision and his wife, Tammy, who leads our the travel side, for the reason why we are here today. And so let's give some love to Mark. And Mark, I appreciate you, brother. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to you, man. Take it away.
Awesome. Micaiah, I am super pumped. And you did say we're going to go to Mark and Sandra first, correct?
Correct.
All right. So, hey, everybody, Mark Smith here. I am super pumped. I just got back from Las Vegas, Nevada. That has been an amazing trip for us. And I've got to tell you, many people on here have probably been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas many times, but everything about the trip was just really awesome. Okay. First of all, the group makes it awesome. And that's one thing that I can tell you, the biggest thing every time I go on a dream trip, Micaiah, it's kind of crazy that it could be a place that you went to before, but now you go with a bunch of dream trippers and it's a completely different trip. Why? Because everybody's looking to hang out. Everybody knows something different about the location. Or if you've been to Vegas before, people know a secret little bar they can go to. Or, hey, this is a recommended show. Or, hey, guys, let's go all meet at one of the famous streets in Vegas, things like that. It kind of just takes a shape of its own. And so the whole trip overall was incredible. And I'm just going to start with the fact that the welcome reception was at a really cool place. I'm going to bring Sandra and Mark on here in just a moment. And I got to tell you that welcome reception was incredible because it was at this little speakeasy. And if you don't know, and there's a lot of people from around the world on here, a speakeasy is like a secret bar. So you're in a hotel or a restaurant and there's a little private door and you get a secret knock and you go in. And it was a ski lodge and it only holds 50 people. So we had to kind of like grease the wheels to get us all in there. But it was really cool. It's all done up with the ski. And these two folks, they came dressed to impress. They had their ski gear. They had their ski goggles on. And it was so cool. It was so fun to hang out with them, just having a blast. But starting from the welcome reception to the hotel, we stayed at the Aria. So yeah, you can go to Vegas for $49 if you want to, but you pay what you get. You get what you pay for, as they say, right? We stayed at a really awesome hotel. The Aria is amazing hotel. I really think that made a difference versus staying at a cheaper hotel that is at Vegas. You got to be careful there. And then just all around, everything was great. But the supercar trip, I'm a supercar guy. I love supercars. So I've driven them, I've owned them, but to see people that have never driven one and the excitement and the exhilaration in their life, it is really fulfilling to see people have a great time. And so what I want to do right now is I want to bring on Mark and Sandra. But before I do that, I'm going to play a video. I have Mark's video, and I'm going to play a real quick video, just a couple of seconds of him driving. So everyone had a video camera on their face and the speed and a camera on the road. So some of us, you'll see us get a little scared around the turn because you're doing about 140 miles an hour around the turns. So it's pretty cool. So give me 1 second before I introduce Mark and Sandra. And Mark and Sandra, go ahead and turn your video off. If it is on, go ahead and turn all your videos off while I do this because it might mess it up just a little bit. I'm going to go here. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Okay, here we go. All right, so just give me 1 sec. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go right to these guys. And so check this out, everybody. Check this out. Turn your speakers way up and check this baby out.
Very close to that curb. Look, is that huge straightaway over there? Then it's to increase more acceleration.
Watch the speed.
That left turn is a
Right hand bottom corner.
So when you cross those green balls, start turn left.
He's over 100.
Like it's go outside. Nice. Yes.
Into the turn.
There's no way.
Mark, you look pretty intense there.
You don't need to brake.
Watch this, guys.
Now roll the throttle. Keep going. Get some acceleration. Keep going. Very off the brakes. Use the truck to the right to roll the throttle. Acceleration all the way down. Keep going.
You're 130.
Now ready. Now put the brakes down. Would you finger brakes? Now shift. 30.
So just incredible to watch people just have the time of their lives and just go through those turns if they've never done it before. So what I want to do right now, I loved hanging out with Mark and Sandra, and you guys are just a ton of fun to hang out with. Just try to tell us what it was like and what was your experience. Go ahead and take it away, guys.
All right. Can you see us?
Yep, you're on.
Awesome. This is my Mark. This is Sandra. The Vegas Supercar DreamTrip was so much fun. That was outrageous. Wouldn't have normally been a thing for me, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to try it. And I got to tell you, I've never experienced anything like that. I drove a Lamborghini. She drove an Audi A8 on the Vegas Motor Speedway. Oh my God. I never knew I wanted to do something like that till I did it. And that was awesome. The group is awesome. Amazing. The speakeasy at the ski lodge, we got all dressed up. Fur vests, ski helmets, ski goggles, turtleneck, the works. It was funny. And the racetrack, wow. I drove a Lamborghini and I'll never forget that for my entire life. The people I was with, absolutely awesome and amazing. And I'll leave you with this before I give it to Sandra. If you're not dream tripping, you're just tripping. All right. So here's Sandra.
Hi, how are you? I'm Sandra. Listen, ladies, when you see Las Vegas racing experience, just book it for your husbands and boyfriends, for your kids that just got their license, the 21-year-old. Take him to Vegas. I'm telling you, you're never going to forget this experience. And Las Vegas is majestic. I don't know if you've seen it through different eyes because of the company I was with, but I promise you, it was unforgettable. Book it. Thank you, DreamTrips.
Thank you, Dream Trips. Have a good day, guys.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate you guys. And you know what I love about these guys? And if you could just turn your videos and mute yourself, it'll put you back into the holding room. And so, guys, I really appreciate hanging out with them. And they bring life to the party, energy. They're super positive. Not that I've met too many negative people in Dream Trips. It's hard to be like on a Dream Trip, driving a Lamborghini and be mad, right? Like, that's why it's so cool at Dream Trips. Is like, oh, how come you guys say it's all positive and there's not that many negative vibes? It's like you're ballooning in New Mexico. Yeah, you're probably smiling. You're in Dubai, hanging out in the desert on a desert safari. You're in Thailand in the floating market, right? It's like, how can you not have positive people? And that is the difference. It's kind of hard to explain to people what a Dream Trip is like. And it's not hype and weird things or anything. It's no, you got to understand, you're going with people that want to see the world. They want to world school their kids. They want to experience other food, experience other cultures. I just think it makes you a better person. And then overall, what that creates is this crazy community of people that are just crazy about travel, right? And so I want to go to the next person on here. I know if I'm going to play his video real quick. And it was great with Jeff. He had actually bought this trip for his son for his birthday. So we get to celebrate his birthday. We always celebrate all of our members' birthdays at the welcome party. So he got a nice little, what do you call it? He has one of those little red cupcakes. What do they call that? Someone put it in the chat. It's the red with the white frosting. It's famous. What is it? You guys pop it in the chat. You guys know what it is, right? Yeah, red velvet. That's it. Red velvet. So super excited to be able to introduce Jeff. And I know his son Max had a blast. But before we do that, I'm going to go right to just sharing with you guys his little video because it's pretty cool. Jeff, you probably didn't know I was going to do this, so just give me 1 sec. Just want to get a couple of seconds of really what was awesome to be able to experience with you. Go ahead and take it away here, video. Turn your screen up there, guys.
You're gonna pass him on the right side, okay?
So he is actually passing because he's going so fast. They're going to let him pass one of the other drivers.
Hold gas.
120, 130.
Off the brake. Perfect. Start to accelerate. Nice, Jeff.
I'll let him get one more straight away. As you can see, there's a professional driver coaching you through the entire thing.
It's a lot easier than it was, right?
120, 130, ooh, almost 140. So very cool. So I just wanted to share with you guys, I think it's so important to be able to just be able to see what does it look like on a dream trip. A lot of times we don't necessarily get to see the intricate parts of a trip. What are people doing on those trips? And so what I want to do right now, Jeff, it was great hanging with you. Great to meet your son. I brought my son too as well. And I think this is a great experience for parents. I have to tell you, it is a bonding experience. There's just something about doing something out of your comfort zone. And when you do it with your kids, it's kind of cool. Like I highly recommend that for parents. It's just that different Vegas experience. Some people go to Vegas and they don't even remember going to Vegas. If you know if you've seen the movie Hangover, you know what I'm talking about. That wasn't our experience, right? We had fun, okay, but we didn't waste our time and waste our brains, right? So we partied, we hung out, people got to go to shows, but this was Vegas the way that it's a classy way to see Vegas. And so with that, Jeff, I'd love to hear a little bit about your experience and what it was like for you and Max. And go ahead and take it away, buddy.
Thank you, Mark. And first of all, thanks to all the Smiths for hosting this one. That was awesome. Yeah, guys, this was the trip for me. This was the reason I joined Dream Trips. I grew up with racing. My late dad was a big fan. And as Mark said, I got to do this with my son. It was a birthday trip. It was a grad trip. It was his first time in Vegas. Just unbelievable and unforgettable. He was in the Ferrari. I was in the R8. The day of racing was amazing. And as Mark said, my son got to see Vegas in a classy way. We might have had a bit of the Hangover movie thing on his birthday night, but yeah, just to be able to do this with my son, a tribute to my dad, it was an amazing trip. I'm going on the next one for sure. And I want to say to the new folks here, if you haven't been on a dream trip, that is the way to launch your business. You get the story, you get the fire from hanging out with the people, and you get to meet the people. I met Daddy Cruz, I met Jay, I met Johnny and his wife, I met the Knighton brothers. you just get to get tight with this crowd, and I got to hang out with the Smiths as well, which was kind of special. Ginger, sorry for missing you. We were out on that business night, but yeah, amazing trip, and the Dream Trips create the business for you guys.
Awesome. I appreciate that, and I know we'll be on the next one together because it sounds like we got a little racing team building here, and I can see people in the chat. Everyone that went is like, I am not missing the next one. And so I woke up this morning thinking we would probably need to do one of these supercar trips once a quarter, because it is such a valuable trip, and it's just outside of your comfort zone. It's a wow factor. And boy, if this isn't great advertising for the fun factor at DreamTrips. And I've already heard from people that all they did, not selling, not twisting people's arms, not being pushy or anything like that. They just posted the fun that they were having on this trip. And people like, how do I go? How do I go? What's DreamTrips? So I have to always encourage people, be a product of the product. Okay, you don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to be salesy. We don't teach those things for a reason, because when people see you authentically having fun, you don't have to sell them. The best membership sale, okay, or the acquiring of a member into your travel community comes from the people that are just watching you live life to the fullest. And it's almost a little jealousy, right? Not that it's a supercar or anything like that. It's just your emotional and your vibe, your emotions and your vibes that you're getting, experiencing foods in different countries and doing things like the supercar trip, or even if it's going to a spa resort. It doesn't have to be a supercar or a bungee cord jumping or skydiving, right? Some people are not into that, but they're into having fun in a different way. And we have that fun factor here. And so I appreciate you guys sharing your stories here today. And I'm just going to give you my 2 cents on just really how to promote this. I'm really going to work hard on trying to get us a deal to be able to do this on a regular basis. We met the owner. I'm going to give you the power of DreamTrips right now. Okay. I want you to really internalize this. 5 million people became a DreamTrips member over the course of the history of this brand. Okay. And so post-COVID, we're building this brand back together. But everywhere I go, I meet someone who heard of DreamTrips. Okay. So let me give you an example. The coordinator that helped our travel team put this all together, that works at Dream Racing. Hello, it's called Dream Racing, right? I asked him, you ever heard of DreamTrips? And he was like, not really sure. And then we get there and boom, we got the "You should be here" signs. He walks over, he goes, oh my gosh. He goes, I have 500 of those signs at my house. My dad was a part of DreamTrips. Everywhere I go, it's so crazy. And so by the end of the day, the owner of Dream Racing showed up to meet us. And we just went off to the side, talked a little bit, and he started from scratch. He was a professional race car driver and bought one car at a time. And they must have 200 supercars there. This is a huge organization in business, the racetrack, the facilities. And he came over and he said, man, we'd love to work with you guys. And he actually saw me doing a review on Trustpilot. And I was instructing everyone else to do a review of Dream Racing on Trustpilot. And he said, man, we could really use some help explaining to people how simple this is, that you don't need to be a race car driver. And so I yelled out to everyone, hey guys, make sure you do the review. And he saw, like, whoa, these Dream Trippers are like explaining how cool this was. And because we're marketers, right? And he's like, man, we got to get together. We got to do something. So 100% plan on meeting with the owner of Dream Racing. How can we work a deal, get some extra perks, maybe some free upgrades to the bigger cars, whatever, right? And so that's going to happen. I'm just going to pop open my chat here because I don't see the chat window. If you want to go on a supercar trip to Vegas, not like in 5 years or 3 years, but if you're looking in the next, say, 6 to 12 months that you want to go on a supercar trip just like this to Vegas, pop it in the chat, because I just want to know what the interest is, because I do believe that this is a trip that should always be in our portfolio, because we all know there's different people, right? So different types of people, different personalities. And so if someone goes in there and all we had was spa trips, and they're into jumping out of planes and driving supercars, maybe it's not for them. If someone goes in and they're just an adrenaline junkie and all they see are trips that have nothing to do with the excitement and the sports and the exhilaration, they may not think it's for them, right? So you really need a little bit of everything in the portal to be able to show people. So I definitely see a lot. I'm scrolling through the chat right here. I'm definitely seeing a lot on here. So we're going to probably put up an interest list. This is something new that we're doing. You're going to probably see a lot of these things go up. We are going to It's funny. I love that, right? So is that Jamie? I don't have my glasses on, right? Was not interested, but you are now. That is why we wanted to take the time here today. Sometimes you just got to go for it and try it, right? Because you never know how it's going to be, right? And what you're going to see is it's definitely going to be a scenario where we're going to put some interest lists together. You're going to see them come up. You're going to see trips, and it's going to say Vegas Supercar Trip, get on the wait list. These are going to be real wait lists because, as you notice, we're starting to close out and fill all these trips. We had a lot of people after the deadline interested in Vegas. And so I'm going to just ask everybody for help here, okay? What ends up happening is it's just human nature. We all wait to the last minute to book a trip. What happens for us at DreamTrips is we can't get more rooms. It's not simple to just call a hotel and get more rooms because that's not the trip. It's the hotel, the transportation. It's all of the features. It's the welcome reception. It might be a farewell dinner. It might be the supercar racing. We have a set amount of rooms and slots available, right? But if we book early, there's a chance that we can then open up for other people. And so that's what we're really trying to push now. We're absolutely going to put these wait lists up. You'll probably see, I know someone mentioned pickleball, for example. There's 3 or 4 pickleball trips that just went up because we filled some pickleball trips where people are saying, man, I would have went, but it got full. So we're going to put them out in the future. We're going to start putting a lot of our trips out in the future. We're going to generate wait lists, interest lists. You're going to go on a wait list. And then what we're going to do when we're ready, we're going to reach out to the people on the wait list and take a deposit to lock your spot. And then we're going to launch that trip. Okay. So there's going to be some trips like that. We'll probably do that on a lot of our popular trips. Mexico is another one. That trip fills, we said 130 people come back from Mexico, right? And there was probably another 100 that wanted to go. And so this is how we're going to be able to be more efficient, to be able to really accommodate people. So this is going to be a really good enhanced benefit that we're going to be able to do. So very excited to be able to do that with each and every one of you guys. Things are really going to get good. Now, I also want to give everybody another tip before I just give you a little bit of mindset instruction today, right? And that is one thing I learned when I was doing my Trustpilot review of Dream Racing. When you go into TripAdvisor. This one was TripAdvisor. So they had a little QR code. You scan it. TripAdvisor comes up. You rate the experience, yada, yada. But here's what it does say. It says, where did you book it? And it says like Expedia, booking.com, and then it says other. So I hit other, and it lets you write where you booked it. Watch this, folks. I wrote DreamTrips. So right away, when someone's on TripAdvisor and they're looking at Dream Racing, if they come across my review, they're seeing I booked it at DreamTrips. Oh, what's DreamTrips? And so I didn't necessarily do this as the owner, but I'm giving you a free tip here today. I wrote a great review of the people and the staff and the environment, but you could write a review and you could put maybe your social media handle in there. They let you upload photos. You could upload a photo that might be a flyer with your Facebook handle or your IG handle. So there's some free advertising. Shayna, I know you're a social media magnet, but I've seen your social media. It's top notch. So I looked like a little hack there. It's like, okay, there's a little advertising hack. Don't be too over the top. Join me at DreamTrips. I'm sure TripAdvisor looks for that stuff, but put a legitimate review, pop your photo up. I think there may be even the ability to pop a video. I'm not sure, but you can write a pretty good amount of words in there because I wrote a whole review. But if I were you, a brand ambassador in the field, you pop all of you that were on the supercar trip. This is not just the supercar trip. This is anywhere we go to TripAdvisor. If we do an excursion, we went to the Colosseum, for example, in Italy, go to TripAdvisor, hit Colosseum on TripAdvisor. Would you go? There's all these different reviews on there, and you just write that you booked it with DreamTrips. Now you got a free ad. We should be doing that. I don't know if everyone's ever thought about it. I found it by accident. We should be doing that on every single dream trip that we ever go on. Just go to TripAdvisor or Trustpilot or any of these, and just literally go write your review. So it's just another great way to get the DreamTrips brand out there and link it to you. That's the key, linking it to you somehow. And so just an awesome time. What I want to do right now, I'm going to switch gears real quick, and then I'm going to throw it back to Micaiah. And that is, I want to comment on what just Simona talked about. Okay. So first of all, I got to meet her when I went out to Europe. Just a class act, super successful leader in the industry. I appreciate her sharing her story of how she's built it, lost it, built it, And I think that's really important because sometimes if you've never been an entrepreneur, if this is your first time being an entrepreneur, if you've never done a business like this, maybe if you've always had a traditional job, we don't take a course on how to be an entrepreneur, right? Most of us have never taken a class, how to be an entrepreneur. And I don't even know what that class would teach because usually the teacher teaching that class probably has never done it. Okay. So you got to get around entrepreneurs. And the reality of it is, I love what you said. I wrote notes. Success is success is like this. Success is not a straight line. Success doesn't go like this. You sign up here and it's a straight line to success. Success it looks like this. It's a jagged line, but it goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. But see where I end? I end up at success. And this is the beginning. It's just not a straight line. People think it's a straight line. No bumps, no pushback, no objections, no sweating, no hard work, no late nights, no early mornings, no people quitting on you. That's just not what it looks like, okay? That's not what success looks like. What success looks like is point A, point B. Point A is start, point B is the finish line, the success, right? And it's just a jagged line, but it goes up as it goes, and you still end at the same place. It doesn't mean that you can't have success. It's just understand the mind has to prepare itself, or you have to prepare your own mind, especially the subconscious mind. That's something you need to program. We'll talk a lot about that in the future and personal development. But being able to have the right mindset so that you are allowing success into your life, right? Because we're programmed, unfortunately, we're a fast food society, right? What does that mean? You go to the drive-thru at McDonald's. It takes 1 minute for them to cook their burger. I don't know how they cook their burger in 1 minute. It's lightning fast. Now, you go through the drive-thru. If it takes 1 minute and 30 seconds, we're already in our minds complaining, oh my gosh, this is taking so long. Taking so long, I can't cook a burger in 1 minute at home. How are they doing? Now, I'm not saying McDonald's is the healthiest burger in the world, but I'm just telling you, we are in a fast food society, right? And what that has done in that fast food society, okay, it's caused us to think everything has to be like this. Think about this. If you've ever made microwave popcorn, right? You got that little bag of microwave popcorn, right? You open it up, face down, and it says 3 to 5 minutes, right? When popping starts to slow down, the popcorn is done, right? 3 to 5 minutes. So you put your microwave popcorn in the microwave, and then you set your little dial to 4.5 minutes, okay? And then and who does this, right? You're walking by the microwave. It hasn't started popping yet, right? 20 seconds has gone by. You don't hear anything, and you're looking in. You're looking in the microwave, right? Look, I'm not a doctor, but let me recommend something. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be sticking your head on the glass of the microwave to see the popcorn, okay? And why are we doing that? Because we're so impatient for the end result, because we're a fast food society. We have all these things that have caused us to think instant gratification. Same thing, right? Instant gratification. We are an instant gratification society. I want to be able to literally push a button and my whole meal's in front of me, right? And so 2 minutes into that popcorn popping, the bag's getting bigger, and how many of you just put it in the chat? You're looking in to see how big the popcorn bag got. Is it done yet? When's it going to finish? Is it big enough yet? Why isn't it? They said 3 to 5 minutes. It's already been 2.5 minutes, right? That is what the challenge is as a new entrepreneur, because we don't have that mindset yet. That's not how we were taught, right? You go into college for the typical bachelor's degree. You go to college, you study enough, and you get decent enough grades. 4 years later, you come out with a bachelor's degree, right? So a lot of things in our life are set. Like, you do this, you get this in a certain amount of time. Like a job, you go to work, you get paid. You go to work, you get paid. You don't go to work, you don't get paid, right? You make $10 an hour, you work 40 hours a week, right? 40 times 10, you do the math. So everything is calculated in our lives perfectly. But so why would someone want to be an entrepreneur? It's to break away from the rat race of always, if 100% of your income comes from 100% of you, that means 100% of your assets are based on 100% of you being there, right? And as an entrepreneur with leverage in a business like this, you can put in work over time to create leverage, which creates residual effect, which means there's money coming in from work you did before. right? That doesn't necessarily happen as at a regular job, okay? But as a business owner, especially a business that has leverage, you don't have to be there for the doors to be open. Like our business, it's global, it's worldwide, it's digital, right? You could be sleeping. Someone in Czech Republic could be signing up on your website to become a DreamTrips member, and you're in bed sleeping. You didn't even know what happened until you woke up in the morning. You checked your back office. You're like, wow, I had a new member join my travel community, right? That's the leverage that I'm talking about. The other thing, I love what Simona said. She said, build yourself while you build your business. And that's just something that a lot of people have gotten away from in our industry. Personal development is extremely important, okay? You have to become bigger than your business so that your business can become bigger than you. And a lot of times we start off in this business, and what we end up doing is we're not necessarily thinking like that, okay? In other words, we're thinking, when I become successful, I'll read the success books. When I become successful, I'll read the leadership books. When I have a huge organization that I need to lead, I'll read the leadership books. No, rewind the tape. You have to become the leader before the people arrive. You have to become the business owner before the business becomes too big, right? And so what ends up happening is you need to feed yourself personal development. I'm going to recommend a couple of books, like Think and Grow Rich is one of the best books I think has ever been written. Now, the title sometimes makes people like, oh, it's about being rich. No, rich is your definition, okay? Is that rich? You have a rich family life. You have a rich health about yourself. Rich doesn't have to mean money. Everybody's definition is different. And I think that's changed a lot since COVID, where people got locked in their homes, couldn't enjoy life, couldn't go to a walk in a park, couldn't go to their beach, couldn't see their friends across town, right? So just think about that. I think post-COVID, people don't look at rich the same way they did before. Like, rich was really defined predominantly by money and material things, right? This book is about what is important to you in your life. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it's about mindset, okay? It's about associating with the right people. It's about having a mastermind, right? It's a great book. I'm going to give you another book, okay? Think Big by David Schwartz. I'm going to talk a lot about your why today. Okay, that's a great book. I think it's called Think Big by David Schwartz. I'm going to give you one more recommendation. These are my 3 books I'd read in the next year, okay? The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich was written from that book. The Laws of Success is about this thick. It's a pretty thick book, okay? Not necessarily. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Thank you, Bakaya, correcting me. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Okay, it's a great book. But let me switch to this Laws of Success. It's a hard read. It was written a long time ago, but one of the most impactful books I've ever read in my life. I have probably read it 5 to 7 times. It's one of those books you'll reread over and over. I encourage you to do that. Why? You have to believe that the possibilities are possible for you. That's why, okay? Because there's a lot of negativity in the world, right? There's a lot of negative ions floating around, and for whatever reason, they like to stick on people, right? And so what personal development does is it takes that element and it changes it. It puts it in, it's a defense against those negative ions, if you would, right? Those negative people, those negative vibe, those negative statements, we call them dream stealers, right? The why catchers. They just, oh, that's so crazy. You must be daydreaming. Stop daydreaming that you're going to be able to leave your job and retire at 40 and spend more time with your family. Stop daydreaming that you're going to get to a 6-figure income from home in your pajamas with syrup spilled on your slippers, waking up at the crack of noon. Stop daydreaming that you're going to be a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom and still have the income to be able to pull it up. Stop daydreaming that you're going to retire your parents. Who do you think you are? You're going to retire your parents. Stop daydreaming that you're going to go build a church or contribute to your major nonprofit cause in your life. Stop daydreaming. You know how many times in my life, from a little kid growing up in East Boston, I can't tell you how many people just held me back. I didn't know they were holding me back. I actually believed a lot of it, right? Oh, Mark, you're always daydreaming. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to give you permission. Go ahead and daydream. Daydream the biggest dreams that you can dream, because I truly believe that God gave us a gift to be able to daydream and dream when we're sleeping. And if you can dream it, okay, you can achieve it. And that's a very broad statement, right? But I really believe that. Just think about it. How can you think about what you want in grave detail, crystallized thinking, and not be able to go after it, right? Now, look, you might be thinking, yeah, but I used to daydream that I wanted to be an astronaut, okay? But I'm not an astronaut, okay? What did you do about it? How bad did you want it? Did you want it so bad that you could taste it, that you wanted to be an astronaut? It doesn't mean everybody can be an astronaut, right? But did you follow that path of every single thing you needed to do to even have a shot at being an astronaut? It's just a thought. So dreams are real. A why is very important, and your definite chief aim, which you're going to read about in the books I recommended, is so critical to success, because what it does is it gives you the ability to make it through and go to that point A to point B, jagged line to success, because you have instilled the right things in your mind: personal development, the law of attraction, knowing the possibilities are possible for you, knowing how to repel some of that negativity, right? Knowing how to get through those tough points. Simona talked about that. And so it's very important in this journey to be able to do that. I wrote some notes like finding your why is probably the single most important thing I want you to take from today's call. I'm going to ask everybody to start over today. I'm going to ask everybody to redraw their goals over the weekend. I'm going to ask each and one of you to come up with what I would call your definite chief aim or your definite purpose in life. Now, here's the thing. My definite chief aim is not to own a Lamborghini, okay? Maybe when I was a little kid growing up in Boston, like, I want to own a Lamborghini, okay? But being an adult, like, that's not your purpose in life to own a Lamborghini. What I mean, I want you to set two main goals this weekend. One is the big one. What is the end goal for you? What is your purpose? What do you want to leave behind? When you're not on this earth anymore, what do you want to have left behind? What do you want people to say about you when you're gone? That's the big one. I call it your definite chief aim, okay? The DCA. That's actually in the laws of success. Napoleon Hill talks about how important that is. Now, why Napoleon Hill? For those of you that don't know who Napoleon Hill is, Napoleon Hill, for 20 years, followed some of the most successful, wealthiest people in the world, around the world, for 20 straight years, okay? He studied the top 100 people in the world. And these were the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the Firestone Tires. These were the oil moguls, the steel giants, okay? And whether you like those people or not, I'm giving you the lesson. What he found is there was 10 things that the top 100 most successful, wealthiest people in the world of that time, okay, we're talking a long time ago, like in the maybe the low 1900s, right? What were the top 10 things that the top 100 most successful people of the world all did? And the crazy part is, in the book, he talks about that all of these successful people, whether it was an oil tycoon or someone that was building the railroads of the country, or whatever they were doing in the world, okay? What he found was there was 10 similarities that they all did. I'll give you one of them, okay? I'll give you two of them. One, they had a definite chief aim. They had a rock solid, crystal clear, bring tears to your eye, definite chief aim in their life. And that was so hard, burning inside for them, that nothing in their life would get it away. No naysayers, no dream stealers, no obstacles, no setbacks could ever pull them away from their DCA, their definite chief aim, because it was real to them. So I tell people, if you have a Mickey Mouse why, okay, that isn't going to cut it. Nothing against Mickey, because we love Disney, right? But some little why, oh, I want to have this someday. If it's not real, if it's really not important to you, you're never going to get it. Why? Because you're not going to go through the journey. The journey is pitfalls and speed bumps and setbacks. That's what the journey is. But it gets easier and easier. Okay, I want you to look at point A and point B today. Picture there's a flight of stairs that goes from where you are today to your ultimate definite chief aim, the ultimate success that you're going in your life, okay? And picture there's a staircase from today, and it's just a staircase like that jagged line to the end goal of success. And I want you to picture that each step on the staircase to success is a book. Okay? Is a book. The more books you read, the more steps you have to that definite chief aim, because every book repels the negative. Every book instills power. Every book puts this kind of dome around you of personal development. You walk differently. You talk differently. Okay, you get a bump in your step. You get a little twinkle in your eye. You have a little bit different of a smile. Why? Because you have conviction in your goals. You have conviction in your purpose. Okay, and put it in the chat if you have a friend that's like that. You have a friend that has some crazy dream. Doesn't matter what you say to them. They'll go through a brick wall to get it. It's just like this superpower that someone has. Pop it in the chat if you have anyone in your life or you've met in DreamTrips or in the business where you're like, wow, they really know what they want. They really know where they're going. No one can get them off track, right? I would say Elon Musk is one of those guys, right? Regardless if you like a Tesla or not, look at SpaceX, look at Tesla. He was one of the original founders of, I believe, of PayPal, for example, right? Think of how many people told him he was crazy. That's nuts. You're going to go to space. You're going to create reusable rockets. All the stuff that people thought was crazy is just normal now, right? You think you could have told Elon Musk when he was younger, that stuff's dumb. It's never going to, you think people told him that? Of course they did. Did he listen? No. I love Tesla. I just drove my Tesla to Vegas, charging my car on the way there, didn't pay for gas. My wife and I were doing the math. It cost about $100 in charges to go back and forth with the electricity to charge the car. $100. It would have cost us probably $400 in gas, right? It was a smoother, nicer, cleaner ride. And I'm just using it as an example. If 20 years ago, if you got on the stage and said, this is what you're going to do, you're going to be able to drive to Vegas in a car that doesn't have gas, people would have said, arrest the guy. He's crazy, right? So there was a lot of crazy ideas, but we're on a Zoom right now. What if someone 20 years ago said, there's going to be a computer and it has a screen and you're going to be able to type and you're going to be able to get on a presentation, or you're going to be able to pull people in from all around the world and you're going to be able to see their faces and talk to them on a screen. They would say, lock that person up. They're crazy. Okay. So every successful person that Napoleon Hill interviewed, he basically traveled the world with them and almost lived with them, whereas in their business meetings, right? And what he saw were those 10 similarities. And so the definite chief aim and your why is the single biggest thing you have to get right. So the two things I want you to do this weekend is redefine what is your end goal. Okay, some people make the mistake of saying this to me, man, I want to be rich. I want to have, what do you hear? I want to make money. Okay, we all want to make money here. I don't think anyone's doing this for free. And if you are, there's a whole bunch of brand ambassadors on here. You can donate your commission check to them, right? So, but I want to make money is not a definite chief aim. I want to make money is not going to allow you to make it big here. I want to make money is not going to be the definition of success for you, because there's just too many obstacles. And there's a difference between purpose and object. So I want to make money so I can buy a Lamborghini. Okay, that's object. I want to make money so I can buy a Rolex. That's objects, right? I want to make money so I can buy red bottom shoes. That's object. Right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm not throwing hate on stuff. I like to have fun and I like nice stuff. Okay, but purpose and object are two different things. Purpose and meaning will far exceed objects. Purpose and meaning will drive you when nothing else will drive you. Purpose will drive you when you have no food in your belly and you still have to get to the top of the mountain. And I can just give you my own personal example of this, okay? Now, this is going to be a little bit extreme, okay? You've probably heard this before as an example. So the first example I'm going to give you is you have to want your purpose. You have to want your definite chief aim so bad that it hurts. You have to be willing to go through a brick wall, every obstacle. That's how meaningful it has to be. It has to be as powerful as you needing oxygen. I want everybody to think about this for a second. Let's say for a moment, okay, we were all in a swimming pool and someone was holding our heads underwater. First 10 seconds, no big deal. Okay, I can hold my breath. Next 30 seconds, okay, I can hold my breath. All right, I'm ready to come up now. 1 minute in, some of you are freaking out. Oh my God, I'm going to drown. I'm going to die. Let me go. I need to get what? Oxygen. Minute and a half, some of you have already given up. Oh my God, you're not even fighting anymore, right? But for the most part, in human nature, you're fighting with every bit of your strength that you possibly have to get to the top of that pool, to get that oxygen in your body, or you are going to die. You have to want your definite chief aim as much as you would want oxygen if you were under the water. That's how intense that you want it. I'm going to give you my own personal example. I have spent a long time in the military. I was a combat medic, spent pretty much almost my whole career with the Marines as a Navy corpsman. And I can just tell you, and I'm going to give a G-rated version of my example, right? I've been places, and I'm just give you some examples. I've been places where, we needed to climb a mountain. Okay. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to tell you where it is, but we needed to climb a mountain. And the reason we needed to climb a mountain is we needed to get out of there. Okay. So we had helicopters coming to pick us up. Right. And the lieutenant in charge of us, the platoon commander, is like, all right, here's the plan. Here's the coordinates. Here's the map. And it's like, we got to hike 10 miles to the base of the mountain. And then we're going to go up this incredible elevation. And at the top, we're going to get extracted. Right. And so the first thing is you're thinking, man, it's going to take 10 miles just to get to the mountain. Most people today would just quit right there. Just take me. They just like, all right, I don't care. My life's not that important, right? Okay. And then the other thing is, as you get closer and closer to that mountain, you start to see the mountain. It starts to psychologically just wreck your brain, right? Like, I'm already exhausted at the base of the mountain because I just hiked 10 miles with 75 pounds of gear on my back. Now I got to go up the mountain to get heloed out. Right. And this is a true story. Okay. This may sound like a training story. This is a true story. Okay. And so we're going to hike up the mountain. We get up to the mountain. We get to the top. And if there's any Marines on here or any infantry people, they'll know this. We get to the top. As soon as we get to the top, the platoon sergeant says, all right, everybody, we're all take our packs off. We put our weapons down. We're taking a break. Right. 5 minutes in, the platoon sergeant is like, hey, listen, gear up. They can't make the landing here. We got to go to that other mountain. Okay, I look in the distance. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That thing's like another 8 miles away. And it looks like it's a lot taller. Okay, you don't get to quit. You don't get to say, I'm not doing it. I guess you could. They could just say, okay, you can stay here and just die on the top of a mountain. When your life depends on it, you'd be blown away at what you can do, what your body can take. Let me tell you something. It's mind over matter. Okay. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. So you have to train yourself for that. Nothing bothers me. I am a rock. You can do whatever you want to me. You will not stop me. It's my strength and my weakness. Okay. Because I've just learned, and I really appreciate my time in the military because it allowed me to learn. Okay. It allowed me to learn that I could overcome anything. And I already had it all. It's just, I needed other people who learn the secret on how to get it out of my mind, how to connect those wires in my mind that, hey, you can do anything you want to do. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to do it because you got to want it bad. And that story concludes with this. 4 mountains later, we got extracted back to our ship. 4 mountains later, I look back on that and I'm like, how did my body, now I'm paying the price today with back issues, right? But how did my body allow me to do it? It wasn't my body. It was my mind. It was people around me. I had the right associations. I had men around me that were like, we are not going to fail. We got to get out of here. We're going to go however many mountains we have to climb. We're getting home to our families. And that's an extreme example. This isn't the military. Okay. This isn't a job. Okay. And I'm not trying to scare people like this is intense and you need to go put on a bulletproof vest or something. There's nothing like that. Your bulletproof vest are books. Your bulletproof vest are getting on Super Saturdays. Your bulletproof vest is your travel community. Okay. It can get you through anything. If you think any of the leaders that get on here don't go through hard times, you got that all wrong. We get more no's. We have more challenges. We hit more speed bumps. We have more pitfalls. We have more people not believe in us. You know what the difference is? We've already been to it. So we're fine-tuning. We've read so many books, been around so many of the right people, and the leaders get stronger and stronger and stronger as they go, where those things, we still have the speed bumps. I've had friends tell me like, oh, it must be, when I first started to make good money in this industry, I actually had friends tell me, oh, it must be nice to have no problems. You you and Tammy have no worries. I'm like, what are you talking about? I wake up earlier than you. I go to sleep later than you. I work more hours than you. I have more challenges than you. I handle other people's problems more than you do, right? I don't say that to them. In my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, that's just not what success looks like. Success doesn't make all of the regular stuff go away. It just pays you more to deal with it. I had a mentor of mine. His name is Wilburn Smith. Okay. And my first network marketing company, the name of the company was Prepaid Legal Services. I sold legal insurance, right? And there's two things. I'll say one is a little graphic, so I'll do one thing. Okay. And the reality of it is, Wilburn Smith, he started in a grocery store. He was bagging groceries, and he went up the ladder of the grocery store, and then he became the owner of the grocery store, and then he became the president of Prepaid Legal Services, right? And this is an older guy, farmer in Oklahoma, with the owner Harlan Stone Cipher. And this guy, Wilburn Smith, I don't know, he's probably worth 100 million, 200 million, maybe more, okay, from bagging groceries, right? And his thing with me was like, watch who you listen to, right? Watch who you listen to. And he also said this, don't poop where you eat. I use the G-rated word there, right? Don't poop where you eat. What did he mean by that? I would complain to him sometimes. I was a regional vice president at the company. I went from a rep to a rep in a kind of, I was on the marketing team and on the inside of the company towards the end of my career. Spent about 11 years there. And I'd complain to him. And one day he said, Mark, I got to give you the best advice I can ever give you. Don't poop where you eat. I'm like, Wilbur, what does that mean? He goes, this is what feeds your family. This is what's giving you the opportunity to chase your dreams, your goals. This is not going to be an easy ride, but life is way harder and it gives you a lot less. He goes, don't poop where you eat. You need to focus. You need to appreciate what's in front of you. You need to use every bit of this opportunity. You need to maximize, suck it like a sponge sucks water out of a container. You have to take everything you can with this opportunity and use it to your advantage. Why is there someone that has huge success versus someone that maybe doesn't have that level of success? A lot of times it's just the drive. It's the definite chief aim. Their why is a Mickey Mouse why. It's not deep enough. It's not strong enough. It's not pulling them through the hard times. My career in the military, I think I have an unfair advantage. Tammy grew up in a military family. She was born in Wiesbaden, Germany, and then back to Korea. She's half Korean, as you guys know, and then lived on a military community in Montana. For me, I also come from a military family. And then Tammy and I were a military family. So I do believe we have an advantage. And it's not just the U.S. military. I know there's people from all over the world on here, and I know there's people who have served for their country. It's different. It's not a job. You have to volunteer. You show up. You don't get to whine. You don't get to complain, okay? The guy next to you, you think your life's tough. You meet people you would have never met. I met people in the military where they came from scraps, literally scraps out of a dumpster. I know another gentleman who is an incredible success story in this industry. He's probably just shy of a billionaire, who was illiterate, homeless, living behind a restaurant, and he would eat from the dumpsters, okay? I sat in that guy and heard his story. He built one of the largest companies in the history of network marketing. And the funny part is he joined the military. That's why I'm telling you the story. And he taught himself to read. He educated himself, but his dad was also illiterate. And he went to the recruiting office and he tried to sign up, and he was too young. And they said, if your dad will come down, and it was back when you could sign up younger than 18. And he's like, my only shot in life is to get out of here, join the military, and become something. So he took his time. He didn't drive. He took his dad to the recruiter's office. And this is a funny story. His dad was illiterate, right? Never read, doesn't write. Okay. And he's telling his dad, I need you to sign this thing. And you know, when you sign something, it shows like an X and you sign it. He put an X. And that was the big joke. He didn't even know how to sign his name. This guy, okay, he joined the Army, okay, self-educated himself. You ready for this? Some of the first NASA launches of the space shuttle, he wrote the code for it. When he left the military, he went and worked for a small aerospace company, okay? So it wasn't Boeing, it wasn't any of the big people. And they went and they won the bid for the coding for the space shuttle launch, okay? And there was I don't know every single detail of this, right? And he was this small rinky-dink company that he went and worked for. And he wrote a goal that he would be a millionaire by the age 30. He was a millionaire by the age 30. And that code went on and he made money from that, came out of the military, did the aerospace, became a program software engineer, got into healthcare software. Then someone asked him, could he program software for network marketing companies? I never heard of that. He and his wife start to build a business on creating a software company for network marketing. And then he became a network marketing owner. And I can tell you, he then went on, and I can tell you, I've worked with him personally, so this is not just some hype story, right? He then went on and made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, here's a guy that was living behind a dumpster, was illiterate, was not eating. He was taking food out of the dumpster at night. Okay, what was it? He went into the Army. So I'm not telling everybody to go join. This isn't a military recruiting commercial, right? It's this. What does the military do? It's this. They don't beat you up. They might beat it into you a little bit. It's this. When you show up, they don't care who your parents were. When you show up, they don't care if you came from living behind a dumpster or if you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Matter of fact, if you were born with the silver spoon in your mouth, it's going to be harder. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now, right? They don't care. They don't care if you can speak good English. They don't care what your educational background is. They don't care what race you are. They don't care what religion you are. They don't care about anything. They care about you as a person. And they instill belief and confidence in you can't get anywhere else but network marketing, right? Because it's very similar. You have leaders that are compensated to help you with success. In the military, you can't rank advance in the military unless your people is successful. It's almost the same kind of assignment, a lot less money, a lot harder on your body, okay? But think about this, right? It's unbelievable to look at what does the military do? It's instilling you with, you can do this. It's instilling you with esprit de corps, which means kind of work with your people. The motto of the unit I was part of was Fortune Fortunes. Fortunes Fortune. I got my plaque around here somewhere. And it's fortune favors the brave, right? Fortune favors the brave. In our industry, fortune favors those that have a big enough why. Fortune favors those that have enough, big enough, definite chief aim. Fortune favors those that are willing to go through the gauntlet, willing to read the books, willing to associate the right people. It doesn't mean that you can't associate with your friends, your family, your neighbors, and other people that are not following the same path as you, but you might spend a little less time because you're going on another path. Growing up in East Boston, for me, when I joined the Navy, my dad and my wife, if she's on here, she's going to laugh because when I met my wife, she was on spring break in Hawaii. So parents, you might not want to send your daughter to spring break in Hawaii. She might meet a sailor, right? So I met my wife in Hawaii. She was on spring break. I was stationed in Hawaii on the Kaneohe Marine Corps base. And the difference of just, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I started thinking about yesteryears and the memories, right? I forget where I was even going with that. Oh, there's where I was going with it. And so when I met Tammy, she eventually, and if she is on here, she's going to get in the chat and probably tell a different story. But the reality is we have this story where I tell people, Tammy stalked me. I lived on an island, okay? She could have flown home and we would never saw each other again and the romance would have never happened, right? So I got to tell you, right? So she ends up living on the island and not going home. So we're stalked too. So I just want to get that out. She's not in here. I can get away with it once. But when Tammy and we met on spring break, she came back to Hawaii. We stayed in touch and she came back and we started dating and she eventually moved in. I eventually kicked all my roommates out because I had a whole bunch of roommates, right? And she would see me open up some letters from my dad. And my dad's letters were this. They were newspaper clippings of friends that I grew up with, that played ice hockey with and went to school with. They were either arrested and now they're going to jail or they OD'd and they were dead. Most of them were obituaries. Okay, most of them were obituaries. Just think about that. Literally, that was for years my dad did it. That was my dad's lesson. My dad told me to join the military. He goes, don't come back. We'll come visit you, right? And what my dad kind of taught me was like, you have the wrong associations. You don't only need to change your associations, you need to go somewhere else. Literally go somewhere else. Cut these associations off. Go become a man. Get away from these kids are going nowhere. And his proof as a dad to me was just literally sending me obituaries and crime reports I grew up At that time, it was a rough neighborhood. It's a lot nicer now, but there was some serious crime back then, right? Just think about how severe that is. My dad, who was like 6'6", 280 pounds, military guy, also worked in the shipyard his whole life. Like, he'd say, hey, Mark, I got a great idea. You should join the Navy, or you should join the Navy. Oh, Dad, I think I'll join the Navy. Who's that kind of dad, right? Anyone got the belt growing up? They know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to go too crazy there. Today, that's like, oh my gosh, right? So if my father wasn't who he was, and if he wasn't strict like he was, you wouldn't know Mark Smith. Guarantee you. You know why? Because I would have to tell you that probably 80% of the guys I grew up with, they're no longer here. I'm only 53 years old. And they didn't die of cancer, okay? They got in trouble. They got into drugs. They got into crime. Some of them are in prison. So just think about that. Just saying, get away from these people and go hang out with these people. Now, this is an extreme example, but we have that here. Network marketing is the closest example I can give you of what I got out of the military. The books, the leadership, the people, the esprit de corps, right? The camaraderie, the I'll pick you up. I'm not going to let you quit on me attitude. You take one step forward, I'll take 2 steps forward. Checkerboard management. I've never seen it anywhere else, okay? There's only a couple of places in the world, on earth, that I've ever seen it. Church, the military, and guess what? Network marketing. I think network marketing is a little bit of everything, because you can have every religion come into it and get that same benefit. You can have any walk of life join. You never know. Sometimes the sharpest people show up. They're dressed to impress. They don't even make it. Then the hungriest guy in the group shows up. The hungriest gal in the group. They don't look that fancy. They don't have nice clothes. And all of a sudden, they walk in the stage a couple years later. Why? Their why was stronger than the objections. Their why was bigger than the pitfalls, okay? So if anything, what we wanted to do today is just get the mindset right. Invest in yourself. I love what Simona talked about. Build yourself while you build your business. We have to get away from the instant gratification society. It's crazy to me. People will work at a job. They'll wake up when we tell you to wake up. They'll take a lunch break when our boss tells us to eat. How do they know we're hungry? They tell us when we can go home. They tell us when we can have a day off. They tell us when we can see our family. They tell us how many days a year we can be sick. Most people go work for a company, they get 10 sick days a year. How the heck do they know how many days we might be sick in a year? What if I'm sick 11? Think of the system, right? We're willing to do that for someone else's dreams for 20, 30, 40 years of our life. To retire on the 40-40-40 plan, work 40 years of your life, right? 40 hours a week, right? For 40 hours, 40 hours a week, for 40 years of your life, to retire on 40% of what didn't get you there in the first place. We're willing to do it. We're willing to do it. We sign up for it every day. Okay, yep, I'll go work for you. I'm not telling you to do not go quit your job. I quit my job too soon. Biggest mistake I ever made in my life is I went full-time in this industry too soon. I didn't have good guidance. I had bad guidance. I had an upline that was like, yeah, quit the Navy. You know what happened to me? You want to know what happened to me the day after I left the military to do this full-time? My upline quit. It's a true story. Okay? It's a true story. Tammy and I have been through it. They also stole our car. We needed money, so we sold our car to our upline. They never paid us. So it was like a switch. Then we never got the money, and then they left the company. True story. Okay? At 3 a.m. one night in Maryland, where I was stationed at the time, I had to climb in the bushes to their house, because in Maryland, you have to return your license plate, and I'm unscrewing my own license plate off the car they stole. So we've been through it. So I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear your little tea party, a little tiny, the world's smallest violin. We all got our stories, right? Perception is reality. And so we've definitely been through it, but I can tell you this, it's just being around the right people. Stay connected to the fire, stay hot, read the books, do the thing. And so what I want to do right now, I could go all day with these stories, and someday I'm going to get on stage in front of all of you. And Micaiah has seen this before. I'm going to put it all out there. I'm going to get rid of every objection you ever had in your life. Okay. And I don't think I've had a bad life, but just sharing the things behind the scenes, I think is very important. What I had strong parents, which I think a lot of this world is missing. And you don't have to have 2 parents, just one strong parent. And there's a lot of single parents out there. Look at Simona. She's a single mom. So what's your excuse? She's a single mom. She's had huge success in this industry, huge success. Okay. She's dominated the European landscape in direct selling. Okay. So what's our excuse, right? But having my experience, knowing that, wow, my parents, the biggest strength that they had was putting me with the right associations. We already have that. We have that community. So I appreciate you guys hopefully listening and maybe getting one nugget from this. What I want to do right now, Makai, I'm going to throw it back to you so we can wrap up the day. There's some important announcements here as we wrap up the day. And appreciate Makai. He is literally in Europe right now. He is going to be there for like 6 or 7 weeks. This guy has uplifted his life, moved over there temporarily to Slovakia to help out at the office. He's got presentations going everywhere. Things are really exploding. I know Shush and Attila and their leader from Serbia, Vlad, these guys are crushing it over there. Vlad is on fire. I know that he's got an event. I know there's 40 people, I think, showing up today to the office. I think that might be, I don't know which group that is. There's so many groups coming in. So Makai, with that, appreciate you grinding it out there, and I'll throw it back to you.
Awesome, man. Wow, that was powerful. That was incredible. And put it in the chat. Did you get some more desire to go build this business? Listen, it's so true. You have a strong reason why. I mean, if you take it to the extreme like that, and then you backpedal it down, it's like, guys, we're in the travel business. We get to give the gift of travel. We get to give the gift of experiences. We get to give the gift of living your best life. We get to give the gift of you being able to go out there and check off items on your bucket list and help other people check items off of their bucket list. And when you put solid fire behind that machine and you really internalize what you have access to, it's just so exciting. You can live an extraordinary life. You can live an extraordinary life. And this has been a jam-packed day full of incredible things. I'm going to close this out with just a couple last-minute announcements. We want to hear your story. You have a story. If you have been on a dream trip, this is a great opportunity for you to earn some dream trip points. And so you can send out a video, a 30-second video. We would like the video to be horizontal. Now hold your phone and just share a quick testimonial. Now we'd love to feature you in our email campaign and feature you live on our Zooms as well. You can also write a testimonial as well for the chance to earn some dream trip points, 200 dream trip points or 100 dream trip points. You'll be put into a raffle to be able to win that. And so you can email it at letsgo@dreamtrips.com. Okay, so letsgo@dreamtrips.com. Send in your video, send in your testimonial, and we'd love to hear from you. Okay, and so just a couple events that are coming up. If you're here on this side of the world, or if people that are here in this side of the world, we're so excited for Bojan and Vlad. They're actually driving from Serbia. We got a group coming to the home office here. This is going to be June 6th. And so you're welcome to join. This is an open house presentation and a training that we'll be having. So we'd love to have you June 6th. And then also June 13th, we're going to be in Budapest. And so we have an incredible opportunity meeting that you can come to. You're invited, and all you have to do is just show up. You can see the address there. Now, this is June 13th. We open the doors at 11 or 10:30. We'll start at 11 a.m. And this is just going to be another great opportunity. We have incredible leaders. You've heard from Roland there, an incredible industry leader, alongside some incredible other guest speakers that we're going to have at that event. Okay, so this is June 13th. And just don't forget to follow us on social media. This is a great way for you to stay close to the fire. We have so much great information that we're pushing out. And this is just a great tool for you to be able to share, even as a drip campaign for your prospects. You could share a video with them, send it to their inbox. Don't even say anything, just send it to them. Let them take a look at it. And then when you're posting too, these are just a couple tricks and tips that you can use. The "you should be here" hashtag YSBH or hashtag DreamTrips. This all benefits you, because when people go and they click on that hashtag, you want them to see your name, your face, so they come and inquire information about you. And so stay connected with us on our social media. And we're here every Saturday to train you up, to be able to just pour into you. Again, our goal is to provide you with all of the tools necessary for you to be able to win. And hopefully you've been able to get small nibbits and tips from today to how to go and build your business. And additional to that, we have live presentations. As a company, you have everything you need to win. You got your Dream Builder app to use on a daily basis, and then you have live presentations that you can invite your guest into for two reasons. One, for you to invite a guest, but two, for you to learn the presentation. This is great when it comes to prospecting. The more you know, the more confident you are. And so we have Monday and Thursday in North America at 8 p.m. And then on Europe, we have Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. These are our live presentations that are available for you. And another way just to stay connected is our Telegram. Okay, so we push out information about our live presentations and our training. So you can screenshot this, look at the QR code, scan that QR code, and join us in our Telegram. Okay, again, we want you to be the first to know anytime something is happening inside of the community. And so don't forget Alfred. Okay, he's your new best friend in customer service. So keep hitting him up for your questions. We do have our live chat as well. So we have real live humans who are there to help you in any case that Alfred is not. Always give grace to our live chat, okay? They see your requests. They work diligently to be able to get your challenges solved, to get your questions answered, okay? So always give them love. Always just be graceful to them. They will get back to you at their earliest convenience or at the earliest time to get you with the answer to your questions. But I'll tell you what, Alfred's incredible. Continue to go to him. He can answer much of the questions that you have. And lastly here, this is our system, okay? So if you've been on here today, and you're asking yourself, what is my call to action? The call to action is to get into activity. This is our app. It's called our Dream Builder app. And it's a great way for you to be able to share the business, share the product with your community. And it's our 2-a-day system. No matter how busy you are, anybody can talk to 2 people a day. And when that multiplies over a period of time, you will win. You will experience success in your model. And so get the Dream Builder app. It's available in the Apple Store and in Android. You'll be able to use that. This is the #1 business building tool that you have access to. And next, I just want to mention, when you enroll somebody new, you don't have to worry about doing their game plan. On the screen there, it says getting started. Just send them there. Us as a company, we're going to train them up perfectly. They're going to know exactly what to do after they spend about 30 minutes with us. And we're going to walk them through step by step how to launch their business. And so it's just an incredible tool that's available. And so with that, chat, DreamTrips community, mi familia, okay? It's been a powerful day. Simona, congratulations. Mark, thank you always for your time and your effort and what you pour in, your passion to the company. Now it's our job. It's your job as a brand ambassador to go give the gift. We call it giving the gift of travel. That's what we get to do, is give the gift. Some will, some won't. So what? Just continue to talk to new people and your community will grow. And so we appreciate everybody's time here. We'll see you this coming week on our live presentations. Let us know, where are you dialing out of? And we hope you have an incredible weekend. Bye for now.